Talk Shop, Studio 255 in the Laramie Plains Civic Center with guest Sam Burkett, Laramie citizen today, joining us with his story and a few comments regarding various topics in Laramie. This segment brought to you by Windmill Hill Greenhouse. Windmill Hill Greenhouse, just one of the supporters of the Talk Shop, and we have in studio Sam Burkett, and Windmill Hill Greenhouse been supporting the Talk Shop for a while now. Their location, 4109 Fort Sanders Road in Laramie, Wyoming, and they remind you that tomorrow starts the carnival. The carnival. Are you a carnival goer? 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. and that is part of the Wyoming Hometown Celebration, Laramie Jubilee Days. Also tomorrow, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., Statehood Celebration at the Wyoming Territorial Prison State Historic Site. And Sam, good day, sir.
It's good to meet you.
Good to see you. We first met at Freedom Has a Birthday on Friday, and you joined me for a small interview, and I appreciate you coming in the Talk Shop today. Thank you for joining us.
It's an honor to be here today.
You had a lot of people asking various questions and visiting your City of Laramie booth. What were you talking about? And for those that might not have made it on Friday at Freedom Has a Birthday.
Yeah, so the Laramie Advisory Commission on Disability was there, and we basically just talked about what we do as an advisory commission. So basically, we talk to people about what disability means to them and what inclusivity means and stuff like that. And but the whole event was great for the people of Laramie to enjoy.
How many people do you think you met with? Do you think that stopped by to visit?
Oh, God.
1,000, do you think?
I'd probably say about that.
Yeah, I'd say pretty easy. They were just lined
up. At least
1,000. One booth after another, and everything was absolutely busy in Washington Park. Beautiful weather and a great event in like 30-year tradition. In Laramie, Freedom Has a Birthday in Washington Park. So, what's your story in regards to those that might not know you, Sam Burkett? Tell me, what is your story?
Yeah, so I was born with a brittle bone condition called osteogenesis imperfecta, and it was a very rough childhood for the first few years of my life, basically growing up. But then I got a drug treatment that helped with my disability, helped density, with my bone density. It actually first started in Montreal, Canada, when I was 4 years old. And then when I was 5, that's when they moved it to the United States. And
This healthcare program that you were in?
What?
This healthcare procedure, they moved it from Montreal to the United States?
It was actually an experimental drug.
No
and
kidding.
Then it showed it was
what age were you when you started that?
4.
4 years old.
And then we moved to the United States, and then it was basically a trip from Laramie to Salt Lake City, and that was basically 3 times a year.
You had to have extremely brave parents.
I wouldn't be here today without my parents. My parents have been with me every step of the way, and I got some smart parents too. And my mom worked for the Forest Service, and then my dad stayed at home while trying to. I also had another adopted brother that was born with the same disability as me, so it was just a hands full on the parents. But
Wow.
It was a lot of determination.
Now, so as you took this experimental drug, it strengthened your bone structure, and it allowed you different opportunities.
Oh, it absolutely did. It totally did. It helped me become more independent. It helped me get stronger, and it helped me gain more confidence in a way that, I really didn't really gain confidence in other people until really just a few years ago, just because of how fragile I was. But I think the older I get, the more I realize that there are people that can help me.
When you talk about expanding your world in this way, what's what concerns did you have about other people? You talked about elevating your confidence. What did you have to learn or enhance your belief in others?
Oh, I had lots of concerns. Just the knowledge of the disability, since it's not a very common
Common.
disability. Like, it's not like Down syndrome. It's not like cerebral palsy. I mean, this is like, we're talking like, I'm one of just a handful of people in the state that even have this disability. So I think it's the lack of knowledge, and also just the feeling of just getting around me, just how I do things, I think is a unique way too. So I think.
So you're dynamically invested in the community. How many ways are you involved in the Laramie area? You have a commission that you're on and others. Tell us about some of that.
Yeah, so I'm on the Laramie Advisory Commission on Disability. I'm also on the Human Rights Commission that just started about a year ago, where we help promote non-discrimination within the state, or within the city of Laramie, and but like we're just getting started. But basically, one of the things that we're trying to get started is trying to get businesses to get in the compliance of like non-discrimination. And also, I'm a huge sports fan too. I have a huge Substack that I started about less than a year ago called Brown and Gold Sports.
Nice.
And where I try to cover stories of Wyoming athletics. And
Are you a Wyoming alum?
Yep, I graduated with 2 bachelor's degrees from the University of Wyoming.
All right, what in?
My first one I graduated in 2017. That was in geography, and then in 2024 I graduated in a degree in communications.
Fabulous.
And I think the degree in communications has been more beneficial for me because it's helped me get started like I want to do as well, which means like creating a Substack or trying.
Well,
you had to
have a love of geography. Anybody goes in geography, they have to have a love of it. What was your passion?
I like to travel, and I really want to get into like traveling as I get older, and I think just learning about like the different types of geography in different countries is what helped me get into that. Also, my parents have degrees in geography, so it's kind of a hereditary feature in that. But I think the communication side is more beneficial for me because it's helped me launch my career in a way that I want, and if I can be more flexible too.
So, very often people talk about challenges enhancing their life. How has your challenge in life, your greatest challenge perhaps, enhanced your life? Different than anyone else might experience. It's unique to you.
It's unique because I get to experience the world in a way that not many people would think I would experience the world. I think it's disability life has its challenges, but it's also got its blessings because everybody experiences the world in a different way, and mine is very unique. And just seeing the world from a disability point of view has helped me learn different ways in how to experience a world.
How kind is Laramie with respect to disability and access?
It's a ways to go, but I do think that Laramie is becoming more inclusive in that. It's one of the things that the city is doing this past year is trying to help shave the sidewalks, trying to
smooth them down,
which has really helped. And also trying to promote more access to buildings in terms of like having more ADA buttons or more ramps.
Right.
And to promote a disability.
You talked about softened bumps. Tell us more about that, if you would.
Yeah, so everybody, a lot of people, whether it's a stroller or whether it's a wheelchair, they experience the world differently because when you go over a bump, sometimes it tips over, and it's happened to me a few times in the past where I fell forward in the chair where the chair comes forward, and it's given me more awareness to
Right.
say like what is there that I need to look at, like bumps and um, like people.
What strategy do you use as you go down the sidewalks of, say, historic downtown Laramie? What do you have to take in? What's your field of vision that you need to be aware of in front or behind with respect to your life, your care? What experience can you share with our audience about that?
Um, Downtown Laramie is not real disability friendly. I can just put it there. But I need to take into effect just how old a lot of these buildings are. You know,
Uh-huh.
a lot of these buildings were built when the railroad was built. Let's say like the late 1800s, early 1900s.
Right.
Um, which there's not really much you can do with that. But I mean, it's not possible to fix every disability building. I mean, when you consider money and stuff like that, but you just need to promote it to the best that you can. I know the Coal Creek downtown, that I couldn't even get in that but until like just a few years ago. But then a disability resident came up with a way in terms of trying to put a ramp inside it.
How many innovations have you known in your lifetime that improved your quality and your experience overall?
Oh, geez, I think I've noticed.
What's the most significant? Maybe that's a better way to go. What was just one of the most wonderful things beyond the strengthening of your bone with that experimental drug? What innovation took you beyond where you expected?
So there was a really long. When I was going to college, my first go around, I was part of a RSO called Abilities, where we help promote disability access on campus. And one of the things that I will remember for the rest of my life is we're very big in terms of the remodeling of Half Acre Gym.
Okay.
And when I first got there, literally the only thing that I could access was the weight room, and there was no elevator in the building at all. But we, as an RSO, we came up with ways on how to promote their disability access, and the renovations, they did put in an elevator inside, and that was that is the biggest accomplishment, innovation that I've seen during my lifetime. But also how accessible like part of Grand is, like it's close to campus. That has come a long ways too, since an innovation, as well as the current construction on Third has been too.
Have you enjoyed the reopening of Third and Grand lately? Have you been in that vicinity in the last week?
I think I haven't been like pushing on it, but with the riding stuff, I think
Wide open now.
it's wide open.
The
And
bulb outs in historic downtown Laramie along Third Street, are those helpful to you in your situation?
what was that?
The bulb outs, the widened circumference around each corner of the downtown sidewalk area, does that additional room add an increased level of safety for you?
I really haven't noticed it that much.
Okay.
I don't really explore much of downtown, but I do know that they are coming up with better ways and trying to improve the accessibility of downtown.
Beautiful. What inspires you going forward in the work you do, perhaps today, and perhaps in the interaction that you have in the community? What inspires you? What's your vision for tomorrow's to come? What would you like to do?
I'm never afraid to ask for help, and I have a great support system that's full of peers, as well as my case manager, as well as my CNAs, that have really helped me a long ways. And I think my vision forward is to try to get as many people on board as I can to help with my vision. I can reach out to different departments. I can reach out to some football players, basketball players, something like that. Sundance is a very optimistic basketball coach, and I'm sure I could reach out to him anytime. He'd be like a yes man in terms of like trying to help out with access for people with disabilities. But
Sundance Wick's energy is spectacular, isn't it?
oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Just trying to get the energy out there in the community is a long ways.
Right. I was at the Mountain West Conference basketball tournament in March, and Sundance Wicks in a press conference said he's a traditional coach. He'll always be a traditional coach, and that's not the transfer portal administrator as much as he wants to recruit players that will be there and learn the Cowboy way. Have you written on Sundance Wicks with regard to that type of traditional coaching? Have you written in your Substack?
I need to look it up. I need to look back. I've written so much in the past year, but college athletics has changed so much. Whether it's like the portal, whether it's like NIL, it's come a long ways. But my advice for the Wyoming fan base is to contribute as much to Wyoming athletics as you can, especially with like the upper schools getting more money than like, let's say, a school like Wyoming or a school like New Mexico or a school like Nevada or UNLV. I mean, it's going to contribute to fans, contributing to money, giving us to the athletics and coaches.
With your Substack, how does somebody access your material?
Oh, they can go open. I usually just give people the link, and then if they want to subscribe, and I usually ask people for their emails, and I get them down, and they are ready. And then once I submit an article, it comes to their email.
Well, we're gonna invite you to share that link with us here at the Talk Shop, radioworks@mail.com, and we'll ask that you do add us to that. We're going to follow your work, and we thank you for sharing that. And when you came to the Talk Shop, what did you prepare for us to ask that we haven't asked? We should have, and we don't want to let you go without you talking more about it.
I think you got things pretty well covered. I think the number one thing just to ask is I do Special Olympics, and I started it this past year. I competed in area games in the track events in the 50 meter and the 100 meter, as well as the softball throw, and I won gold medals for my group. And for each of them, it's just you got to stay active while you can. With me being at 30 years old, I think you just need to stay active and just try to eat healthier. That's how you stay young for as long as you can. And my love for sports goes way back. I started going to football games, basketball games at a young age, as well as the Rockies games, and I instantly got interested in those games. And I was just like, wow, this is going to be a really good thing for me to do if I just to enjoy games in the future. It just helps me grow as a fan, as well as trying to get others to be fans as well.
Well, it's dynamite to have you in Studio 255. I appreciate you visiting with us on the Talk Shop. I want to extend an invitation to you, Sam. Come back anytime. We'd love to have you come back and do so regularly. Be a part of the 93.5 family, and consider expanding on your communications degree, and perhaps maybe you might even consider adding a show here on KOCA 93.5 FM. Would you do that for us?
I'm open to doing anything.
Well, good. Very good. Well, we're going to talk more about it. We appreciate you joining us, and the Talk Shop continues with upcoming interviews, and this is a special week. It's Laramie Jubilee Days through the 13th of July, Wyoming's hometown celebration, and you can catch the entire schedule at LaramieJubileeDays.com.